Regular meeting of the Batavia Park Board of Commissioners for March 21st, 2017 at 7:02. Please call the roll.
Riley.
Here.
Foils.
Here.
Tillman.
Present.
Gray.
Here.
Callahan.
Here, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so I don't believe we have any items to be added, removed, or changed on the agenda.
There are none.
So moving on. So I would entertain a motion to establish the consent agenda as follows. Approve of the meeting minutes for the regular board meeting of February 21st. Approve the meeting minutes of the executive session for February 21st. Approve of the paid expenditures, expense approval report, investment summary, income statement, purchases, approval of resolution number 240, Freedom of Information Act designations, ratification of change order number 1 for the Prairie Path Park Playground Equipment, and approval. Wow, thanks for
Say it
doing that
again.
one. And approval of a request of special use permit for Windmill City Fest.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Foils. Any further discussion? Shall I please call the roll?
Was that Tillman Foils or Tillman Gray?
Foils.
Tillman
can
Foils.
have
It was Foils. Okay.
Beat her by that much.
He's next to
Tillman.
Pat.
Aye.
Foils.
Aye.
Riley.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. So entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman. I'm gonna give that one a Gray.
All right.
Since you were waiting for me.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have no guests here this evening to join us, so next item is matters from the commissioners. Anybody wanting to make any comments here this evening?
I have two quick ones.
Sure.
So, one, and I already had an email exchange with Allison on this, but Batavia baseball, youth baseball, is thinking, has talked about putting a building of some sort out by West Main to put their tractor in, maybe some materials, maybe even like a concession stand. There's a person in Batavia youth baseball who has access to construction equipment, that they would incur the cost of it, and even knowing that there might be a road coming through there by the county in a few years, that they would tear it down, so it would essentially be no cost to us. Allison said that she has some kind of provision in the agreement that's pending with Batavia Youth Baseball, and you're consolidating 3 or 4 of them. So I just want to make sure that that is, ongoing, and that we're not waiting like another 4 or 5 months for that next go-around with Batavia Youth Baseball, and we can get some agreement, or at least get a meeting to talk about that, to see if it's gonna work.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, because I know the first one, took a while to get going, so, and it's just a matter of Batavia Youth Baseball clearing their schedule and the park districts, so they can meet and talk, and kind of get to the next step.
Where is it with that, and that, right, first that thing weeks and months ago.
I don't know.
I think it's sitting with the Batavia Youth Baseball to respond.
Respond with the revisions?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't hear about that from them, so, all right.
So you're talking about a building that would be like a temporary structure that they could use for storage and for concessions?
Correct.
Well,
Why would it need to be temporary?
Well, it's probably gonna get torn down in 3 or 4 years when the county puts, it's gonna be
It needs to be movable.
what's the definition between permanent and, it's something that would withstand weather,
Excuse
and,
me.
put something in to protect machinery, but knowing at some point in the future, it's gonna get torn down, more than likely.
The road going through won't cause us, or won't cause a building to be torn down. In the location that it would be, my guess is you would want it in proximity to the fields. That's not gonna be at all bothered by the road. Eventually, if we're able to move our master plan forward and add more fields, then there might be an issue, so it might be longer term out.
Okay.
We worked with, I worked with a couple of folks from BYB 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago on a building they wanted to put up, and it kind of got hung up on that end because there were some requirements that if it's a building that's going to be occupied, then you have to go to the county for a building permit. And I don't know what their exact definition of occupied is. I mean, if it's going to be.
Well,
if they're gonna be-
concessions would be out.
If you're gonna be selling concessions out of it, if it's a storage building, yeah. If
But
it's
if
just
it's a
gonna be,
shed, then it could
if
be
it's gonna
just
be-
a shed permit.
correct, it can be just that, yeah, non-occupiable kind of thing. So there would have to be some, requirements checked out.
Is there
Just
any
to see what
potable
we-
water out there, Jim?
No,
So that would be another issue with the concession stand, is if you
yeah,
don't
you'd have to use
water.
bottled water or whatever, yeah, there is no, we don't have our well out there is not certified potable.
So I guess, you know, I think if they're considering that, and, you know, the agreement has no prohibition for doing things like that, and I can't see any reason why, you know, if they're willing to invest the money to do it, but they have to follow all the requirements of the county, and then also, obviously, you know, coordinate whatever their proposal is ahead of time, and say, we'd like to build something that's this big, roughly in this location, it's gonna do this kind of stuff for us, so.
So the history of it was my draft agreement went out in December. I haven't gotten it back, and Allison and I talked about the shed in February, and we agreed that we would give them a license, but we needed to see the plans of the building so that Jim could sign off on what they were and where they were supposed to be, and that was February 2nd. So we've got all the tennis balls back, we can hit that to the day of youth business.
One of the things that I recommended to them when we did have our meeting, I got one.
Oh, good.
Thank you. Was using like I don't know how much space they want, but a quarter-size semi-trailer, you know, one of those storage, shipping containers. Then they can be moved easily, plus they're, majority of them made out of steel, so they're fireproof, because we've had some issues with sheds not lasting as expected. But, you know, and then there would have to be some things worked out about.
And you can actually cut holes in them,
Yeah.
put openings and windows in them,
Yeah,
you can
windows.
turn them into an occupiable structure.
So, an idea that you could share with them again, so.
Which, to your point, I would hate to see something temporary put up because they're afraid to, you know, now you have all sorts of other issues. If we get a heavy wind out there, I mean, there's nothing to protect some stuff out there. Next thing you know, it's come crashing down, it's all over the
Well,
place.
yeah.
So I would rather see coordination and put up something that is somewhat of a permanent structure, even though that trailer can be moved. When it's sitting there, it ain't going nowhere, you know?
Right.
And so when it's sitting there, it's a permanent structure while it's there, right? So I just don't want, you know, some, you know, plastic, you know, snap together shed.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
no.
when I say, you know, when I said like temporary, knowing. a
Knowing it
building's
might be
gonna stay,
moved.
Knowing it's gonna
Okay.
be either torn down or, you know.
Okay.
you're not gonna put
Relocated.
your
Hey,
Yeah, they got a
architecture into it.
Okay.
pretty pricey piece of equipment that they'd like to
Yeah, so protect it.
protect,
Mhm.
so.
And those shipping containers are far cheaper than you think.
Huh.
So-
Okay, well, that's an idea. I don't
Yeah,
think
we
that-
bought
I don't think
a-
that's come up before, I don't think that's been
We bought a fully contained one. They come in different grades. Ours was airtight, watertight, and no holes. And it was delivered for 1,300.
oh, really, that's really.
So that's 40 feet.
Wow.
Yeah. You,
Mm-hmm.
those
You get a
garden
half
sheds.
size, you get a half size.
I don't know whether it's Finland or Sweden, but they actually constructed an entire elementary school out of it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty cool. You can watch them. But something to look into.
Oh, that's very good, because we were looking at, the park district, the baseball program was looking for another shed just to store baseballs, et cetera, and I think they ended up paying, like twice that.
Mhm.
So, all right, good, thanks. The second, thing is, I don't know if we can use this, or maybe the foundation could, but the, Painters District Council 30 is offering help to a nonprofit to help renovate or expand a facility. They're offering drywall or volunteer help. So I was thinking maybe it has something to do with a museum or something, or maybe the foundation.
Is that the one right off of,
Yeah, I think it is off of Aurora. off
that
of,
Steve Dahl is the,
88.
Steve Dahl, I think, is the businessman, or not Steve. Steve Dahl, yeah, I was thinking the wrong Steve Dahl. Brian Dahl, Brian Dahl.
There wasn't a name on it, it was just.
Okay.
But you have to, apply by the end of the month. So, I don't know if there's, I guess maybe pass over to the foundation. I guess that would probably.
I can send that an email to them, but
Okay.
I don't
I'll
know if
send
there's
you
anything.
They're probably not ready to build anything yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any construction there.
Well, I mean, it doesn't say, you have to apply by the last of the month, I don't know when you have to use
Hmm.
their
Just to get
expertise.
approved to use it.
But they're offering, manpower and materials to expand or build something for a
Carpenters Union
nonprofit.
does that too.
Well, I know what and they've been expanding their apprenticeship classes, or apprenticeship groups, so they may be using that as a training opportunity. So,
What's the official group called again? Kevin?
Painters Local number 30.
Painters Local.
And I know Brian Dahl.
Oh, yeah.
As a member of the Annunciation, but Brian Dahl is a
DAHL?
DAHL, yeah. Great, it's good.
Thank you.
Good information, Kevin, thank you. All right, next, anybody else? No? All right, next item is correspondence. We have none this month. Who's taking announcement? Jim?
Moi.
All right, go for it.
The announcements for March 2017. Join us for the Depot Museum's annual Women's History Program, Amelia Earhart. Learn about the dazzling achievements of the first woman to cross the Atlantic Ocean in an airplane. The program will be held on Thursday, March 23rd at 7 p.m. in the Civic Center Art Room, and the cost is just $5. All little bunnies are invited to hop on over for the annual Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 8. Be sure to bring your camera and see the Easter bunny before the hunt begins. Everyone should meet at the pavilion by 9:45 a.m. Group leaders will divide children into age groups and take them to their separate hunt areas. At 10 a.m., the hunt will begin. Don't forget a basket to hold all those goodies. In the spirit of the event, participants are asked to please bring a non-perishable food item or paper product to be donated to the Batavia Food Pantry. Please carpool, parking spaces limited. It is free admission. Is it at West Main? This event is at West Main Community Park, out on Main Street Road, west of town. It didn't say that here. Let your dog hunt for Easter eggs. Join us at the Bark Park, also at West Main Community Park, on Saturday, April 8, as your dog, or dogs, hunts for Easter eggs filled with doggy treats. All dogs must be leashed during the event. Pre-registration is required, but we will accept registration at the gate to the Bark Park starting at 11 a.m., a registration fee of $10 per dog. There will be pet-friendly vendors on site from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and a portion of the proceeds will benefit Anderson Animal Shelter. The hunt will begin at an earlier time this year, so be sure to get you and your pooch ready at 11:30 a.m. sharp. And I would just, a personal note, our Walter loves the egg hunt, so it's a really great event. So for more information about these events and any others, please visit our website at www.bataviaparks.org or give us a call at 630-879-5235. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim. So is this the Easter egg hunt that starts at 10 o'clock and is usually over by 10:02?
10:01.
Yeah,
That's the same
Be
one.
sure to get there early.
I'm glad they're having the dog one after.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
In the dog park. They do it inside the dog park.
That's
The
a good
kids are
call,
not-
though,
yeah.
just in
Let the
case.
kids in
Yeah.
the pond.
Just in case.
All right, so next item on the agenda is staff reports. Do we have any staff updates that you feel are necessary to bring to our attention?
I will, real quickly, just say that, since it's not really an official CDP project, that our lodge, in my staff report in the packet, said we were stuck. We are not. We have moved forward. We found a place for a slop sink, so we are putting one in. At this point, I don't believe that it's going to be any greater cost, or it's within our allowance that we had in the bid, so that's a good thing. We're meeting tomorrow morning. There was a plumber in there putting together a lot of plastic pipe this afternoon, and it's looking fabulous. So we believe we're still gonna be able to hit our March 30 deadline, so.
Excellent.
The only thing I have is I just wanted to let you know that we have recycled the landscape block that surrounded the 315 South River house that was demolished last year. And we're reinstalling that around the planter beds at the quarry. They were gray in color, which matches the buildings. And the West Side crew leader, Dan Gasek, is in charge of that project and doing a tremendous job, so
Terrific.
that's it.
Good to be frugal.
Yeah, yeah.
Board, any comments on staff reports?
And we would take any questions back on any of the other reports if you
Sure.
have them.
Anybody down here?
I do have a question, I guess, but it's gonna be on the executive director's report. I have a couple.
Okay. The one she sent via email?
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
not really questions, but statements. We're at that point now, right?
yes, we are. Go right ahead.
So I did want to make sure that folks knew that in this report, they're saying that the Wi-Fi is up and running at Peg Pond.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
So, which is nice because it's also has a wide section of the Riverwalk that's also being covered by the Wi-Fi. So for our events coming up this summer, there will be Wi-Fi at the Riverwalk. And I would like to talk to Aaron about the IT service provider when there's an RFP apparently going out that,
Yeah, it has not.
It hasn't
I mean,
gone
it's
out.
in its final stages
Okay.
of development, so
okay,
now's the time.
yep. So I'll shoot him an email.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Great. Any other comments on Allison's report that she sent via email? Okay. Next time on the agenda is old business capital development plan progress report.
All
Jim?
right, back to me. Right now, the only thing that's going on active is the two playgrounds are being replaced at Fiddler Farm Park and at Prairie Path Park. Prairie Path is located right next to Rotolo Middle School, and Fiddler Farm is located out in the Savannah subdivision, just north of Butterfield Road. The Kids Around the World folks came on the two coldest days we've had in the longest time, and with the snow, last Tuesday and Wednesday, and froze, taking that equipment out, but they had them both down in one day and gone, and back to their facility in Rockford to be refurbished, and then plan to go off somewhere. We still don't know, as far as we know, the two from last year have not left the country to be installed somewhere, but they are very good about letting us know when they go overseas, so.
So they acquire these because obviously they can't determine when they come out.
Right.
They refurbish them, get them ready to go, and then they seek out volunteers who are going overseas then to
Yes.
re-erect them, so it's not.
Yes.
Okay.
They are, apparently, in their early years, they took a huge crew overseas to install them. Now, they have begun taking more skilled volunteer crew people across and helping the local folks learn how to install this
Install, I
stuff. So
see.
there's some education component to that. They are, it was this week or next, he said they are leaving for Moldova to put in one or two playgrounds. Moldova is next to Romania in the Balkan Peninsula, so they go quite far afield.
So you said that they really cut them off at ground level, they don't dig them all the way up?
Correct.
Do they then re-weld
Yes,
new legs on the bottom?
yep.
That's
They,
awesome.
they weld back on whatever
The
the
proper
amount
length,
was that
yeah.
came off, they
Yeah.
weld that back on. They have a welder in Rockford that I believe does this as part of his contribution towards the,
And this is a not-for-profit group.
it is 100% not-for-profit group, yep.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's a fabulous
Powder coat
idea.
Everything and
Yeah,
That's fabulous.
recondition.
And presumably that
about
probably
buying a
saves
new-
us a little bit of the cost of removing it
oh,
ourselves.
it absolutely does, sure, there's a cost in our bid for demo that we don't have to use, yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
They talked about one of the panels, one of the plastic panels from out at the farm was cracked, and he said, oh, no, we've got a plastic welder, we can just fix that right up.
What's the name of it again, Jim?
Kids Around the
Kids
World.
Around the World.
Kids Around the World, uh-huh.
We're still waiting for our approval to go and help. put
Yes,
one up.
exactly, yeah, we want to help go to somewhere exotic.
You
Not Moldova.
Yeah, not
Not
Moldova.
Oh, I go
Moldova,
there.
yeah.
I would.
Lovely this time of year.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's a learning experience.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know. So,
Any updates on Fox Valley Special Rec?
Just one, the Fox Valley Special Rec Foundation is having their barbecue and basket raffle coming up April 12th. It's going to be at the Frisco Community Center in Aurora from 4 to 7. You can visit fvsrfoundation.org for more information.
I'll be there.
Terrific. No tickets? Who's selling tickets? Tickets on art yet?
Haven't seen tickets.
We haven't received them yet,
Are they
quite
doing
yet,
it? Okay.
but we'll let you know.
All right, do that, please.
they're doing a lot of this online too, so.
Yeah. That's
They
good,
are.
yeah.
You can even,
Would
you
like
can even
the-
buy the raffle tickets
All the
online.
raffle tickets and baskets and everything are online.
Need my pork chop fix.
Yeah, and your pork chop. You got- I think last year I bought
It's a
mine
virtual
online.
pork chop this
I
year.
was gonna say,
What's that?
pork chop
It's a
on?
virtual pork chop.
Yeah,
You
right.
don't-
But no calories.
Exactly.
Anything else, Jim, though, before I move on? I
No.
just kind of jumped that.
Nope.
All right, so what about Batavia Parks Foundation? Any,
The meeting Monday.
this upcoming Monday?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yep, nothing to report.
so that's the 27th? Okay. That's all the business we have this evening. We need an executive session to do the executive director's review, so I would entertain a motion to enter into executive session under Personnel 2C1 of the Illinois Open Meetings Act.
So moved.
Second.
Give it to Riley.
Motion by Tillman, second by Folds. Please call the roll.
Tillman,
Aye.
Foils,
Aye.
Riley,
Aye.
Gray, Callahan.
Aye, okay, we are going into executive session. We do not expect any action items coming out of, or after the meeting, so thank you very much for joining us for our brief meeting here in March, and we look forward to seeing you in April. Thank you.